Beneath the surface of our world, hidden under layers of soil, stone, and history, lie remnants of ancient civilizations. I'm talking about vast networks of tunnels, massive underground cities, and complex subterranean structures. Our ancestors demonstrated incredible ingenuity, carving out these great labyrinths for reasons as diverse as their cultures. Whether born out of necessity, spirituality, or security, these underground cities still stand as enigmas, and this video is full of them. Vardzia. Vardzia is located about 30 kilometers from Ospinza on the slopes of the Eerie mountain in Georgia, and it stands as a jaw-dropping example of medieval cave architecture, preserving the country's layered past in stone. Its roots go back to the 12th century when Georgia thrived under King George III, but the real transformation came during the reign of his daughter, Queen Tamar. What began as a defensive complex meant to guard against Mongol invasion soon morphed into something far more ambitious, a fully functioning monastic city, a beacon of education and faith, and a powerful symbol of Georgian resilience. Carved into the cliffside over 1,300 meters above sea level, Vardzia stretches for more than half a kilometer and climbs across 19 levels. At its peak, it contained over 6,000 rooms, housed around 2,000 monks, included a royal hall, and featured the Church of the Dormition, famous for its brilliant frescoes. It was simply spectacular. According to legend, the city was only reachable through a hidden tunnel, and Queen Tamar lived in 366 different chambers, switching her residence frequently to keep attackers guessing. The engineers behind Vardzia weren't just carving rock, they were planning for survival. They built a complex irrigation network that pulled water from the mountain to support both daily life and the terraces where food was grown. Then, in 1283, disaster struck. A violent earthquake ripped off the mountain's front, exposing the city and robbing it of its natural defense. That moment marked the beginning of Vardzia's decline. The final blow came in 1551 when the Safavids invaded, killing many, stealing sacred relics, and leaving the city scarred. The region became a tug-of-war between the Ottomans and the Safavids, eventually leading to Vardzia's abandonment. Some monks did return, and a small religious community endured. During the Soviet period, parts of the site were excavated and partially restored. Today, a few monks still live within its ancient chambers, quietly preserving the spiritual legacy of a city carved straight into the rock. Derinkuyu. In 1963, a resident of the Turkish town of Derinkuyu accidentally uncovered a hidden door behind a wall in his home. It led to an enormous network of tunnels and a lost underground city that had vanished from history until that moment. Carved 85 meters deep into the soft volcanic rock of the Cappadocia region, Derinkuyu is a stunning achievement of ancient engineering. Believed to have once reached 18 stories underground, it featured wells, chapels, stables, and even schools, and could house as many as 20,000 people. The origins of Derinkuyu remain uncertain, though widely accepted theories place its construction between the 7th and 8th centuries BC. Most scholars believe it was first carved by the Phrygians, an Indo-European people. Early Christians later expanded it significantly in the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, using it as a refuge from Roman persecution and for shelter alongside other displaced groups. It was further enlarged to defend against Muslim Arab forces during the Arab-Byzantine Wars and later the Mongol invasions in the 14th century. Evidence of Christian use can still be seen in the many chapels and religious symbols carved throughout the site. Some scholars suggest it dates back even earlier, possibly to the Hittites in the 15th century BC, built as a haven from enemies. Others propose more controversial theories, including construction around 14,500 years ago during the Younger Dryas, or even ties to extraterrestrial activity. The city was brilliantly built for survival. Ventilation shafts up to 55 meters deep provided essential airflow for those living underground. Derinkuyu's architecture is breathtaking in complexity, a maze of tunnels, narrow corridors, communal spaces, and private chambers. Its security systems were equally amazing. Each floor could be sealed off independently using massive circular stone doors weighing up to 500 kilograms, which could only be opened from within. Water was also carefully protected. The city had an advanced plumbing system, including wells inaccessible from above to prevent poisoning during sieges. Derinkuyu even had access to fresh running water via a sophisticated system of channels and shafts linked to a nearby river. It served as a safe haven during numerous military conflicts, including the Ottoman conquest, but was eventually deserted when the Cappadocian Greeks left Derinkuyu following the Greco-Turkish Wars of 1923. With them vanished all living memory of the site until its accidental rediscovery, and it was mind-blowing. Hypogium of Alsaflini. This is the Hypogium of Alsaflini, a prehistoric marvel carved into the limestone on the island of Malta over 5,000 years ago. The Hypogium is a stunning underground maze that predates even the Egyptian pyramids, stumbled upon by accident in 1902. This complex of winding chambers, echoing halls, and ornate carvings has fascinated both archaeologists and paranormal researchers. Dating to roughly 4,500 BC, it's the only known prehistoric subterranean temple in existence. Built during Malta's Saflini phase, the structure spans multiple layers, reaching nearly 11 meters below ground. Scholars believe it was used both as a sacred space and a burial site, with remains of more than 7,000 individuals uncovered in early digs. The Hypogeum is made up of 3 layers: upper, middle, and lower. The oldest part, the upper level, began as natural caves that were then expanded by hand. The middle level, shaped during the temple period between 3,600 and 3000 BC, contains detailed bays echoing the look of Malta's above-ground temples. The most mysterious part is the lowest level, home to the Holy of Holies, a finely sculpted chamber, and the main room featuring a peculiar detail, an oracle hole. This tiny circular opening carries and magnifies sound, suggesting ritual use. Every inch was carved with primitive tools, stone and antler, yet the walls mirror the design seen in surface temples, like trilithon doorways and spirals. These choices reflect a deep knowledge of sound, as specific chambers direct voices and tones in ways scientists still don't fully grasp. One chamber, called the Oracle Room, draws particular attention. Its acoustics are so precise that a whisper from inside can be heard across the Hypogeum, leading to theories about chance or divine communication. Among the standout discoveries are items like the Sleeping Lady, a clay figure representing either fertility or death, and a group of skulls with elongated shapes. While some experts attribute the skulls to binding rituals, others float ideas of extraterrestrial contact or a unique genetic population. The site's eerie aura is also tied to a tale from 1940, when a teacher and her students allegedly vanished during a visit. Despite searches, no trace was found, stirring rumors of hidden corridors and underworld gates. Today, the Hypogeum faces threats from climate and tourism. Preservation efforts now restrict entry, making it one of the most exclusive ancient sites in the world. For those who do get in, it offers an unmatched glimpse into a civilization that continues to defy explanation. Alright guys, now let's talk about the underground city of Neors. Hidden beneath the French countryside, the underground city of Neors dates to the 3rd century AD. Originally used as chalk quarries, these caves slowly evolved into safe havens during turbulent times. As conflicts escalated, especially during the Middle Ages, locals repurposed the quarries into a sprawling subterranean refuge. What emerged was an immense network covering over 3 kilometers, with nearly 300 rooms, 28 galleries, and winding corridors that could shelter more than 3,000 people. Empty areas served multiple roles: storage for goods, livestock pens, and hideouts from roving armies in search of food and valuables. The site even had chapels, a bakery, and working ovens. Clever engineering ensured smoke from fires and ovens exited through disguised surface vents, hiding any signs of habitation 22 meters underground. Across centuries, these hidden passages played many roles. Evidence points to Viking use during the 9th and 10th centuries. But Naurs reached peak use during the brutal 30 Years' War in the 1600s as waves of European violence forced thousands underground for safety. As peace returned to Western Europe, the city fell into obscurity. By the 19th century, it was all but forgotten until its rediscovery in 1887 reignited public fascination. Ideas soon followed for how this ghost town below the earth might serve future generations. During the 20th century, the underground city found new life. In World War I, it became an odd tourist stop for soldiers. Many carved their names into the soft stone, and these markings are still visible today. Later, in World War II, the caves briefly functioned as a Nazi command post. Despite ongoing studies, the full story of Naurs remains unfinished. Legends speak of hidden rooms and treasures still waiting to be found. Time and erosion have collapsed sections, and no full map exists, leaving many convinced that other tunnels may link to nearby underground systems. Whatever the truth, the city of Naurs continues to blur the line between survival shelter, lost archive, and historical enigma. Petra. Renowned for its appearance in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Petra is an ancient trade hub nestled within the mountains of southern Jordan. Though the site shows signs of habitation dating back to prehistory, it flourished roughly 2,000 years ago when the Nabateans sculpted the surrounding sandstone cliffs into a striking ensemble of tombs, banquet chambers, and sacred temples. Among the most iconic is Al-Khazne, or the Treasury, featuring an elaborate facade that rises 130 feet along a vertical rock face. At its height, Petra likely housed up to 20,000 inhabitants, though the city was eventually deserted around the 7th century AD and remained unknown to Europeans until the 19th century. Archaeological work at the site continues today, and many scholars believe that most of Petra's structures are still buried beneath the surface. Its blend of natural landscape and human engineering remains one of the most spectacular architectural feats of the ancient world, preserving the legacy of the Nabatean civilization and inviting endless speculation about what still lies hidden underground. Orvieto. The Etruscan caves beneath the city of Orvieto, Italy, form a sprawling and intricate web of caverns and passageways. Carved over 2,500 years ago by the Etruscans, the tunnels were originally created in a quest for underground water, but even after the Etruscans disappeared, the tunnels remained in use through the medieval period. Every new generation that settled in the area altered and expanded the subterranean network, leaving behind layers of engineering that reflect centuries of occupation. Today, over 1,200 tunnels run beneath Orvieto, forming a hidden world beneath the town's historic surface. Among the most notable features is the quarry well commissioned in 1527 by Pope Clement VII, and the Mill of St. Clair, which housed an ancient olive oil press. The caves not only served practical functions, but also became places of refuge and survival during war and unrest. This underground labyrinth continues to intrigue visitors, offering a physical record of the region's evolving civilizations and the enduring ingenuity of the people who once relied on these hidden spaces. It's just stunning. Welitzka salt mine. Well, this is not an underground city, but Poland's Welitzka salt mine, often called the Underground Salt Cathedral, feels like one. This sprawling subterranean labyrinth of chambers, corridors, and sculptures lies just outside Krakow. It dates back to the 13th century when miners first tunneled beneath the surface in search of rock salt. Over time, what began as a simple excavation turned into a vast network of galleries stretching more than 1,000 feet underground. When they weren't extracting white gold, the miners sculpted the salt into breathtaking chapels, ornate chandeliers, life-size statues, and intricate wall carvings, including a remarkably detailed replica of Da Vinci's The Last Supper. Well, the Welitzka mine officially ceased salt production in 2007 after more than 700 years of use, but it remains one of Poland's most visited landmarks. Today, it also hosts a wellness center, promoting the therapeutic benefits of its salt-saturated microclimate. From sacred art to ancient labor, Welitzka stands as a monument carved entirely by human hands and a testament to endurance underground. Underground Naples of Italy. Beneath the bustling streets of modern Naples lies a vast and shadowy network of narrow tunnels, spacious chambers, and shallow subterranean reservoirs. This underground city stretches 115 feet below the surface and dates back as far as the 5th century BC, when it was first dug out by the Greeks using basic tools like hand trowels. The Romans later continued the work, gradually expanding the system over several centuries. What resulted is a hidden city carved patiently over time. During World War II, underground Naples was repurposed as a bomb shelter, providing thousands of civilians with protection from aerial attacks. Today, visitors can descend into the tunnels via a narrow corridor and 142 stone steps that lead directly into the depths of this ancient complex. With its layered history, architectural complexity, and haunting atmosphere, underground Naples offers a rare glimpse into the continuity of human survival, adaptation, and creativity beneath one of Italy's liveliest cities. Its chambers remain as silent witnesses to both ancient enterprise and modern resilience. Alright guys, now let's end this with Long-U Caves. Founded by accident in 1992, the Long-U Caves remain one of the most puzzling construction feats of the ancient world. Carved with astonishing precision into solid bedrock, these vast underground chambers defy modern assumptions about early Chinese engineering and intent. Found in Long-U County by a local villager trying to drain a pond, the discovery revealed a network of at least 24 hand-carved caverns. The sheer scale is staggering, covering over 30,000 square meters, with the largest cave alone measuring about 12,000 cubic meters. Over 1 million cubic meters of stone were removed to create them, a project that would challenge even today's technology. If 1,000 people had worked day and night, it would still have taken roughly 6 years to finish. The cave's pitch-black interiors raise obvious questions. How did ancient workers operate in total darkness? Professor Sheng Gang of Tongji University proposed the use of oil lamps, though no evidence of such tools has ever been found. Each cave is huge, with vaulted ceilings, stone pillars, and chambers connected by narrow corridors. The walls and ceilings are unnervingly smooth, marked by consistent parallel chisel lines that look mechanically produced, hinting at a degree of craftsmanship not typically associated with that era. Yet, perhaps the most baffling element of the Long-U Caves is the complete absence of historical documentation. There were no texts, artifacts, or markings that reveal who built them or why. The magnitude and precision of the caves hint they were made by a disciplined and highly organized society, but not a single tool, construction record, or even debris has been recovered. Theories range widely, from ancient quarry sites to tombs to religious centers, yet none have been confirmed. What is evident, however, is that the acoustic properties of the caves are remarkable. Sound carries and echoes clearly throughout, suggesting they may have been designed for gatherings, ceremonies, or specific sound-based rituals where acoustics played a vital role. So what do you think about these ancient underground cities? Well, let us know. And as we always say, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.